Thanks for joining us here at CBR. James Gunn's DCU is officially underway with Creature Commandos taking the charge on Max. Originating in Weird War Tales number 93 from 1980, the Creature Commandos have a boatload of lore and lots of new elements introduced in the latest animated series. Let's take a closer look.
Have you seen General Flug?
Yeah.
Because you should be informed that 2 of your teammates have left the grounds.
Yeah, he's, in there. Maybe you should just give him 30 seconds.
The main characters of Creature Commandos are inspired by classic Universal monsters, though their powers and backstories have been adapted to fit within the world of superheroes. Since Project M for Monster first created the Creature Commandos during World War II, the team has undergone several lineup changes. For Gunn's version of the heroes, the lineup is as follows. General Rick Flag Sr., voiced by Frank Grillo, leads the Creature Commandos. He is an accomplished military man and the father of the late Rick Flag Jr., who died in the Suicide Squad. Amanda Waller has placed him in control of the team, and she has a nanobomb remote detonator that he can use to shock his teammates to control them. However, this device does not work on individual members and instead affects all of the team, leading to innocent members being punished for their teammates' actions. The bride was originally created by Victor Frankenstein. Victor initially wanted her to be a bride for Eric Frankenstein, his earlier creation. She rejected Eric and she has forged her own path, despite his persistent abuse and stalking of her. In the present day, she is more closed off from her companions. She has zombie enhancements such as longevity, strength, imperviousness to most forms of damage short of a major blast. Additionally, Bride is a tactical expert who excels at hand-to-hand combat. The Bride is voiced by Indira Varma.
GI Robot is detecting unease.
GI Robot is a military android constructed during World War II. His prime directive is to kill Nazis, wanting nothing else in his existence. He gained camaraderie with his squad during World War II, and he continued his mission even after the war ended when he met up with a group of neo-Nazis. Weasel has appeared in James Gunn's Suicide Squad, and he is one of the surviving members of Task Force X. As his name indicates, he is a weasel-like metahuman. While he was accused of murdering children in the past, his violent tendencies seem dormant for now. GI Robot and Weasel are both voiced by Sean Gunn. Dr. Nina Mazursky is a brilliant amphibian, modeled in part from the creature from the Black Lagoon. She is a crucial asset in the team's scientific endeavors. She is susceptible primarily to asphyxiation should her helmet be removed on land. However, with anything in water or related to science, Mazursky is in a league of her own. Dr. Nina Mazursky is voiced by Zoë Chao.
I always love a good barbecue.
Dr. Alexander James Sartorius, also known as Dr. Phosphorus, gained his powers as a result of a nuclear experiment. His body is now in a perpetual state of being engulfed in green flames. Phosphorus is a Batman villain, but there's a chance that Creature Commandos could highlight unseen dimensions to the character. Dr. Phosphorus is voiced by Alan Tudyk.
You smiling?
Yes.
Sarcastically?
Eric Frankenstein is, in many ways, atypical of the typical Frankenstein's monster formula. Despite being relatively intelligent, Eric Frankenstein's unhealthy fixation on Bride means an uneasy relationship within the Creature Commandos. He does not begin as a member of the team and is instead drawn into the storyline by the reappearance of the Bride. Like Bride, Eric is impervious to most forms of damage and immortal so long as he is not destroyed entirely. Eric Frankenstein is voiced by David Harbour.
The United States is in the business of saving the damn world by any means necessary.
Behind the Creature Commandos is the chief of the advanced research group Uniting Superhumans, better known as Argus. The group is helmed by Amanda Waller, who's voiced by Viola Davis, reprising her role from the 2 Suicide Squad films and Peacemaker. Amanda Waller is known for her toughness and her willingness to do whatever it takes to achieve the desired results. What that means is essentially that any character is expendable, but also that the Creature Commandos would do well to not entirely trust their handler, as she has proven to not have her underlings' best interests in mind if their survival interferes with her plans.
I'm protecting this country Everyone stand down.
Miss Waller, I don't...
Given the large body counts and collateral damage of the program Amanda Waller previously led, Task Force X, aka the Suicide Squad, the program was shut down. Set after 2021 Suicide Squad and Peacemaker Season 1, Creature Commandos finds Waller sourcing a new team from inmates of Belle Reve Penitentiary, dubbing this new endeavor Task Force M for Monster. While the series does seem to draw elements from earlier DCEU works, the series remains the true start of the DCU under James Gunn's leadership. The major threat of the series, or at least the first one we're introduced to, is Circe, a powerful sorceress originally from Themyscira who wishes to rule the Amazons and her home. Her quest for power means that she is willing to work with anyone to achieve her goals. In Creature Commandos, she works with the Sons of Themyscira, a right-wing group firmly against the island of Themyscira due to it being an island only inhabited by women, who have been convinced by Circe to help her in exchange for the right to enter the island. Dropping into Pokolistan, the Creature Commandos are enlisted to aid Princess Ilana Rostovich, who may or not be what she seems, against the growing threat of Circe and the Sons of Themyscira. Despite understandable reticence, the Creature Commandos don't have many options in a world that has painted these characters as deplorable or villainous. Take, for instance, Weasel, who doesn't have the language to defend himself against whatever anyone says about him. As a result of Weasel's odd temperament, inability to form full thoughts, and outwardly off-putting appearance, he's pegged as a child killer, which the animated series tells us isn't exactly the case. As for G.I. Robot, whose sole purpose is the eradication of Nazis, friendship proves hard to come by. Additionally, G.I. Robot is, for many in the DCU, a curious creation worth studying, but never valued as anything more than a piece of high-tech machinery. The team may be able to bond with one another due to their outcast status throughout most of their lives, if they can overcome their own scars from their past, and if they survive Amanda Waller's missions.
Nazi!
He's not a Nazi, G.I.
Oh, okay.
Creature Commandos have undergone many iterations, but the official new DCU lineup of the Creature Commandos is the one featured in the Max series. Like Gunn's Suicide Squad, which tinkered with the formula to add and kill off numerous surprise characters, some characters might not make it through to the season's end, which is still currently airing on Max, typical of Gunn's various projects, from Guardians of the Galaxy to Peacemaker. What makes the Creature Commandos so special is that they're well known enough to appeal to fans' offbeat DC characters, but they're also malleable enough to be fleshed out and given depth that fans would otherwise never see.
What a bunch of clowns.
Dangerous clowns. Pokolistan is a friend of the U.S.
The series has already delved deeply into the beefy backstories for G.I. Robot and Bride. The series has more episodes on the way to explore the rest of the team's histories, and a promise from Circe that the world is due for certain disaster. Fans will have to wait to see how it all unfolds. But Creature Commandos marks an exciting introduction to a new DCU that has the signature pathos and humor of James Gunn's best works, all while shining a spotlight on some of DC's less well-known characters.
You've doomed the world!
So far, Creature Commandos is just getting started. Let us know what you think of the series, both on its own and as an introduction to the new DCU. Do you have a favorite character? Is there anyone missing from the comics that you would like to see before the season ends? Sound off in the comments below. Remember to hit subscribe before you go. As always, we're CBR. Have a great rest of your day.